Hello and welcome to the MATHIAS Ham Historic Site. Today we will be making cornbread. It's a very traditional recipe, would have been made not only in the Victorian times, but even before that, all through the pioneer history of the settlement of Iowa and even earlier. So let's look at a traditional cornbread recipe. First, we're going to start with 2 eggs. And if you're really very talented, you can do that one-handed. I, however, cannot. Beat your eggs until they lighten in color. Now, this is a recipe that we do often with school children. When they come to visit, we have school tours, and we do this because it is a recipe that even the kids would have learned. Next, we add our buttermilk. This is 2 cups of buttermilk. It goes into the eggs. And then give that a mix just to make sure it's all stirred together. Next, we have 2 cups of cornmeal. To that, we add a 1/2 cup of flour. To that, we add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. They're together in my little cup here. All right. This is an easy breakfast to make. Doesn't take a lot of time to mix. It does not take a lot of time to bake. This would be a delicious breakfast to make if you were a pioneer or if you were in a lovely Victorian home. Now we add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. All right, and stir those together. This is where we make sure all of that is mixed together. It will be a little lumpy, that's okay. Before we go too much further, make sure you add 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. And mix. This then is baked in a cast iron skillet. Cast iron is the most popular and most ubiquitous cooking material, has been for many years. Many cultures throughout history have used it, and it is still used today. Here's the tricky part of making today's cornbread. The cast iron skillet is already in the oven. The cast iron is preheated to 425. Before pouring the batter into the cast iron skillet, we add just a tablespoon or so of oil to coat the bottom of that so it shouldn't stick to the bottom of our pan. Pour it in the skillet and then we will bake it. We're going to bake it for 10 minutes. Then turn the heat down to 400 and bake for 15 more minutes. When it's a nice, delicious golden brown, that's when it's done. And now, get ready to cut. Well, that feels pretty good in there. Let's see if we can get this out. Oh yeah, look at that deliciousness.